Oh god, here we go. We're gonna be getting ready here for our
Or
second matchup.
see, or maybe, you know, if the owner beats you, that's when or maybe when you beat the owner, that's when he signs you up to the team.
There you go. That's what it needs. That's the initiation process to actually be a
Mm.
part of Team Infected. But here we go. I saw Ranger in the chat earlier. This is also Ranger's team owner.
Yeah, true, true. As finally my hotkeys working because in the old replays they didn't for some reason. And we are now loaded to Grassfan Elite. As we are looking at our submitter, it is the blue Zerg player, the teal Zerg player, as some people would say, representing Infected, Erebus Black.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressvan, we have his opponent. We have the purple Protoss player, I believe from, is it Malaysia or Singapore? I think you know this better.
I think Malaysia. Right?
The Malaysian Protoss. For Team Infected, it is Justice. Not to be confused with Justice Simon.
No, not to be confused.
And here
what is Justice Simon up to nowadays?
He's got a real job. He's he's making money.
Yeah,
he's living his life.
I saw him post some update recently, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah, shout out to Justice Simon. He has a fun place in our hearts. A good history here with the Cranky Ducklings. Of course, for a long time was one of the best players in all of Vietnam, but now has retired from the game and has moved on to greater things. But he shows up every now and then. If I'm not mistaken, he showed up for the ESL Masters Asia qualifiers, right?
Yeah. Like I've seen him in the brackets somewhere.
Yeah. It was really surprising to see him. It was really cool to see as well. He didn't do too well in it, but he was just playing it for fun, which is nice.
I mean, he participated, which is what counts.
100%. As we're getting into this, and for those wondering why we were talking about team ownership, this Zerg player before us is Erebus Black, and he is the team owner of Team Infected, which happens to be Ranger's team, as well as Justice's team as well. And he's going to be going for a gas first opener. It was a gas pool hatch, so very aggressive stuff coming out here from Erebus.
I mean, what else do you expect from someone called Agitated Ling?
Oh yeah, he is very agitated, as you can imagine, and from here he's going to be going into a bit of an all-in. Justice does go for a probe scout. He sees how late the hatchery is, he sees how fast the spawning pool is, but he didn't see the timing of the gas. He didn't see that additional tech was thrown down behind this as well.
Yeah, he didn't see that this is straight into Roach War, and the speed is still being worked on, so it's not, completely skipping the first link phase, but there will be roaches coming, and soon.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to be a 3 roach build where you make 3 roaches, you floodlings behind it, and those roaches you don't make too many of them because you morph them into ravagers. But we'll see, because we have a 4th roach being made here, and it's possible that maybe Erebus will avoid the ravagers entirely and just go ling roach.
Yeah, I think that's very likely, and we'll see how Justice can hold it. As I mean, he has that one adept on the map that hasn't really scouted the roaches yet. It will be seeing it about now.
Yeah, the Adept does squeeze on in, does catch wind of the roaches and the lings. Now Justice is fully aware of what's going on. He is setting up back at home. 2 shield batteries are on the way. We have our first Adept out as well. Sorry, our second Adept out as well. But the first one across the map is being caught in the middle of the map.
Yeah, at the same time, Justice is working on a Stargate, so there will be those air units coming for help, but will there be the in time because the Zerg is already here?
Yeah, the second Adept goes down as well. This is a disastrous start here for Justice. He keeps nothing alive. The wall is no longer a wall. The Lings are flooding on in as well. The Artosis pylon is going to be going down. Thankfully, we do have another pylon behind this, but the gateways are depowered.
Yeah, the second pylon is not really in range. It does keep the shield batteries working, but now the probes are off the line.
They're off the line. Shield battery overcharge is going to be going down as well. We have 1 Stalker to defend and nothing else. There's a Void Ray on the way in the main base, but Erebus has broken into the natural. He's going to be looking to get us around on this Stalker as well. The boys are going to be pulled.
Yeah, but the boys are forced to be fighting the Zerg. The Void Ray may come out, but I'm not sure how much there will be for it to save because the probes are falling down.
Yeah, we have more links coming across the map as well. It looks like the main base is compromised. We have another Ravager being morphed in. The final pylon is under threat. It looks like the Void Ray will come out in time.
Yeah, the Void will come out and it will deal with these roaches, but Void Rays are not ideal dealing with Link Floods, so the Zerglings still may do a lot of damage.
Yeah, exactly. The Void Ray just has such slow DPS, and eventually it will clean everything up, but probes are falling left and right. Justice is down to only 11 workers. The Lings are coming in to reinforce. He's trying to power through that pylon. The gateways do get repowered, but only for a moment.
Yeah, only for a moment. The Warp Gate does not finish, just barely. It will finish now, but once again there are Zerglings in Justice's base, and the probes have to escape.
Yeah, the probes have to get the hell out of here. Another shield battery is going to be going down. We can now warp in defensively back at home. We have 2 Adepts on the way, but 2 Adepts is not going to be enough. There's nothing left here for Justice, and it looks like Erebus should be able to clean this up. The Adepts are barely trying to hold on.
Yeah, the others are very good. The shield batteries are not there to support them. The pylons do keep the buildings operating, but that is all that Justice has, and GG is called.
GG gets called. It was so unfortunate that Justice had both initial Adepts caught out on the map. They did go down before the defense was really well underway. And as you also pointed out, Warp Gate was like a second away from finishing and just never could finish in time. We couldn't reinforce. We couldn't warp in defensively at all.
Yeah, it was really a struggle for Justice. The situation was just kept getting worse for him. Like those buildings were constantly unpowered, and like even when the Void Ray showed up, like already so many workers were killed. So it was just a very hard game to come back to.
Yeah, it really was. Things escalated very quickly. Unfortunately, Justice, he wasn't able to probe scout properly. If you remember, the first probe saw the timing of the spawning pool and did see the hatchery as well, but didn't confirm the early gases and wasn't able to really get behind the mineral line either. So we had very limited scouting information for Justice. Eventually figured out what was going on, but by that point it was a little bit too late, and yeah, you know, well executed all in by Erebus.
Yeah, very, very well done. And, you know, very expected from Erebus.
Are we just going to get nothing but cheese today? Are we?
I mean, I'm not complaining.
I not like this, Pappy, not like this, as... Oh boy, we are going to be getting into our next game here, and it is going to be a replay submitted by Babyling in the chat, by Bailey.